Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla. Rewatch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Olympia Dakar II Jacket, available at RevZilla.com. New for fall of 16, this is Hi, Brian. This is the Dakar II from Olympia. We really dug the original Dakar. We like the second generation of the Dakar better. If we think about the Dakar, 4 colors. This is the ivory. There's also a high vis and a black version, but it's 3-season hot weather adventure. So think about it. Air Glide 5 set up for sport and sport touring for really 3-season hot weather. So that's going to be spring, summer, fall. Dakar 2, 3-season hot weather, but adventure. Spring, summer, fall. But if we look at it, waist length, or really hip length rather, a little bit more rugged cargo pocket design. The big brother of this jacket is going to be something like the X-Moto 2, which is going to use 2000D Cordura, cover all your zippers with that mega vent panel system, and really give you the ability to do true 4-season. I call this 3-season warm because you can never turn off these big vented mesh panels, except for when you have your waterproof, breathable AquaRes liner in, like we do right now, and there's also going to be a fully removable thermal liner as well. So really, you have a pretty solid temperature range coverage here. It's just a matter of dead of winter. You're still going to have your outer shell, which is kind of leaking air, not to your body, but to the next liner, and it's just kind of break down on that warmth retention factor. That's why we give it a 3-season hot weather type of a guideline. I would say if you live in California, you could probably rock this guy 4 seasons, no problem. Now, if we think about fitment really quickly, now that you know what you'd use it for, I'm going to get into the changes as well. Hi, Biz Brian, 6 foot, 195, 42-inch chest, wearing a size large. And he's wearing a large. It can be adjusted here at the elbow, which has now been refined. It can be adjusted at the hip, which is now a different style of refine. They've changed the way they do their belts. I like these way better. It's part of the refinement. And again, use a size chart, no surprises there. And the nice part about Olympia, remember, it's more of a box cut. So Brian's pretty athletic. We cinched him down. If you have a little bit of a bigger gut, if you have a little bit of a broader chest or shoulders, you're a little heavier, you're going to be fine. Olympia has a more conservative and adjustable fit pattern than what we see coming out of Europe these days. Again, those European svelte jockey models, go do that. But if you're American with an American build, Olympia could do a great job at giving you great protection and comfort coupled with functionality. And ultimately, it's not over the top. You're not spending $400, $500, $600. This guy's going to be around the $350 mark. So use a size chart. We ship for free over 38 bucks. I'd love if you click our logo and let me know what you think of this jacket, the Dakar II. Leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback after you subscribe at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Now, diving back in, let's talk about changes. Refined on its style. If you compare to this, the original Dakar, you'd say, wow, even outside of the white version, it's a leap forward. Outside of the adjustability features, it's a leap forward. The pockets are now vertical. They got rid of some of the flaps that were a little dangly. They've just cleaned it up. And remember, it's mesh on the chest, inside of the arms, backside of the arms, on the back, and you have 2 big mesh panels on the bicep as well as the forearm as well. So again, great protection from don't do the math. Just look at the mesh and protect yourself from the heat. If we look at it, I'm sure the comments are going to go bananas on this video. If we look at it, great reflective piping for night style riding. Again, you have these nicely finished pockets that are now vertical along the front, but again, they go right behind the mesh. My recommendation is don't fill them with anything because when it's hot, it's going to impede airflow. When you have the liners in, who cares? Fill them to the brim. Down here, you have flapped pockets down along the bottom, and then again, look where the zipper terminates down at the bottom as well. It's going to do a nice job covering. We do have him in the Dakar pants. Again, if we look at these pants, they have these fold-away panel systems, and you're going to be able to use these for 3-season hot weather riding, and you have the ability to close those as well. Now, Brian, turn to face that way for me. I want to talk about armor, and I want to talk about materials. So the first thing you'll notice if he raises his arm, it's going to say Cordura right down in here. It is 500D Cordura. Main construction outside of the mesh. That's the real deal. That's in Vista Cordura. That's the good stuff. Now, when you go up to something like the X-Moto 2 in the Olympia line, they're going to use 2000D Cordura. That's like a big bomb-proof. It's going to add weight, but also abrasion resistance. I will tell you, this is a much lighter jacket, but 500D Cordura is really nice compared to the 500D materials that other companies might be using that are not guaranteed Cordura. The name brand stuff in motorcycling in many cases really does matter. If we look at it, CE rated armor in the shoulders and the elbows as well as the back. That comes stock at CE level 1 in the back. If we look along the sides, and again, you can upgrade to CE level 2. In other jackets, Olympia, I don't believe has a CE level 2 option just yet. Notice the big panel of mesh here in the back for airflow. And then down along the side, we talked about the refinement in the belt and the adjustability, which I dig. And you get 2 inches of gusset down here as well. Turn backwards for me there, Briz. Or you're down here, you're going to see the butt adjuster down there as well. So again, that's an area where this big drop seat that goes underneath you while you're sitting on the bike, that gives you adjustability. You do have a waterproof pocket here along the back. That's going to be for your rain liner or for your thermal liner with a nice big zipper pull. Again, hard to use while you're on the bike, but really functional when you need it. And if we look at the back here, reflective piping, accent colors, Big panel of mesh up towards the neck, big panels of mesh along the back. Again, with the liners out, this thing is meant to flow a ton of air while not sacrificing protection. The nice part too is if we look at the elbows, 500D covers that whole armor panel along the back. They didn't just give you mesh on the inside. This is an impact area. You need to have that little cutaway. Nice job, Olympia. Again, thinking around corners, for lack of a better term. Last thing I want to cover is this big high collar. Big, tall, fleece-lined neoprene. He's got his liners right now in, so it's a little bit warm for him today. But again, you can see it. It's wetsuit material along the top. Not going to scratch, not going to chafe, whether you're sweating or whether you get wet. You're going to be good to go there. Come back around to the front for me there, Briz. Now open up the jacket. If we look at it, he starts to open. As he pulls it down, you have that snap along the bottom. Notice, hideaway. If it's hot and you're riding with the collar open, you can fold that back with Velcro, not getting it in the way. Again, the way that it folds back, it gives you good coverage. That Velcro is not going to bite you. Also notice it is a fleece or a taffeta on the inside, which is nice. Very, very comfortable against your skin. We start to open it up. Olympia loves doing this, and I actually love that they do it. They're one of the few guys that do this. They give you these rain liners. It's the Aquarez liner, if I can get it off. There you go. Notice, cleanly finished, ripstop. They've covered the zipper. It's actually meant to be worn on the inside of the jacket, or you could completely take it out, roll it, stow it, and just use it on the outside. It's big enough that you can wear it as a rain suit over top, or if you want to ride with it integrated because that's your cup of tea, you can do that as well. One of the nice things too on this Olympia Dakar II is for the first time we're seeing the inner Aquarez liner. It's going to be finished, but now it has a rain hood as well. So we have a rain hood that's going to work, and we should have a shot that we show you with it over the top of the outside to get a gauge on what that looks like with the optional hood up as well. Notice the adjustability on the inside. You do have a Napoleon pocket on the inside on both sides. If I open it, notice this is the inside of the Dakar's outer shell. Mesh, slip liner, again, won't get sticky if these get wet. Notice the fleece, I talked about that, ripstop along the inside, cinching down here along the bottom. They've done a great job. If we open it from the top down, this is your waterproof breathable liner. Notice that rain gutter that goes all the way down, hiding this big YKK sip in the back. Notice up along the top, this is fully adjustable as well. You have the ability to cinch it down. And if we open it, now you're going to see the thermal. And again, the thermal is completely removable. So there's your Thermalite lining. Take that out when it's warmer or medium weather. Fall and spring, it comes out. Summertime, it's absolutely out. Winter, you put it back in. Then you have the inside of your rain jacket, which again, like I said, over or under, it's going to be standalone. Notice, mesh lined, finish, slip. It's going to, if your outer shell has some water on it and you put this on, this mesh liner makes it slip right over top of it. Notice, ripstop, more fleece at the collar, so it's not going to bite you, especially on the water and rain liner if you start to get wet. This is the Aquarez liner. It's also going to be breathable, much higher end than you'd see from some of those PVC liners that are like your typical cheap rain suit where, oh, it's just waterproof. No, you're going to be working hard. This is a multifunctional jacket. This is a jacket you could wear for a week at a time or a month at a time in multiple conditions. It needs to work and it needs to breathe. So remember, Dakar II in the Olympia line. If you want more sport touring, check out the Airglide 5. If you want to take a big step up in both protection as well as 4-season functionality all year round versus just 3-season hot, look at the X Moto 2. But the next step in your journey is to click the info button, your desktop, your mobile device. Visit the product detail page at RevZilla.com. Read other rider reviews of the new Dakar II. Shouldn't just take my word for it. As always, we'll ship for free over $39. If you want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Stay up to date with our opinion on the latest and greatest in the moto universe. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.